guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. I know my eyes look pretty interesting. If you want a tutorial on this eye, let me know. It will be a voiceover, but it will still be a tutorial so I can show you guys what I did and how I did it. It will also be on Instagram if you are interested. So back to what this video is about. This video is about the Fenty Beauty foundation. Everyone has been asking me to do a full review on the foundation and wear it throughout the day and see how it works out throughout the day, and I'm going to do it in a vlog style. So I'll be putting it on right now and telling you what I think as I put it on, and then I will continue on through the day with little clips of how the foundation is doing and where is it going and is it something that I want, and then I will give you a final verdict on whether this foundation is approved by me or not. This is the Fenty Beauty foundation and I am the color 350. It's called a Pro Filter Soft Matte Long Wear Foundation, which is a very interesting claim because soft matte would mean that the matte would go away faster. Like, that's the impression that I get. So I am going on to Sephora.com and just like, I want to know exactly, you know, if I was prepared, then I would have told you guys like what I think. But hold on. And I have a really good pimple right here. So this is the perfect time to test out the coverage on this foundation because I usually don't break out. So a pimple is like the ultimate coverage. So the coverage on this foundation is supposed to be medium. So it's a medium buildable full coverage foundation. So this is not full coverage. If you are looking for full coverage, this is not the foundation that you're going to use. It's not full coverage. It does not claim to be full coverage. So it's not full coverage. Do we get it? Okay. Moving on. So it's a medium coverage. I'm going to test out if it's a buildable full coverage like they're saying. So it goes on medium and then you can build it up to full coverage. So I'm going to see what it's like to put 2 layers of this because that's how I would build up. I would put like 2 layers and see how it goes on throughout the day. It also says that it's for all skin types. I have dry skin. I have dry to combination, but I'm mostly dry. And they also say that it's groundbreaking color formulas. So they're trying to say that all their colors are like made for the skin and they went all out for the colors. I'm going to test that out too because I have the hardest skin to match. I'm an NC42 in MAC and that has so far been the only color in the entire makeup world that actually matches my skin and makes me look like I almost don't have any foundation on. Now that's really sad because, you know, we have so many makeup brands and if they're the only brand that, MAC being the only brand that can cover my, like give me the coverage I need is kind of crazy. So I'm really excited. Like I mean I've used this foundation already. You guys have seen it in my review, but it is like, that was like more first impressions. It's like a full-on fledged like trying it out type of thing and like really analyzing it. So let's see. I do think this 350 is a little too dark for me, but let's see how that goes. I'm gonna pump 1 pump on there, and then now I'm gonna put it right on my pimple, like right on my pimple. Let me get up more close. It covers the redness. I mean, it's not going to cover the texture of it because, you know, a pimple is going to stick out. Like, a pimple is a pimple. It's going to stick out. But if I dab on top of it, I mean, you know. So I'm dabbing it on. A little bit of sliding and blending on the bottom. The color does look good for me. It matches my neck pretty well. I feel like it's a little dark in person, but on camera it doesn't look as dark. So I'm going on my second pump and I'm putting it onto the other face. You know, I do have a bigger face. I am a plus size girl, so I might just need a little bit more foundation. Okay, so this is like first layer, and being the first layer, it actually looks pretty good. I don't even think it's medium coverage. To me, medium coverage is like you can still see your skin. I almost feel like this is a full coverage. And maybe they like underestimated the coverage, like they like gave it medium and then like you put it on and you're so shooked because it's like medium coverage but it's like full coverage. So I think this is a full coverage foundation, honestly. But you guys, I'm gonna build it just to like show that I'm building the foundation. Okay. So this is 1 layer of the Fenty Beauty. I'm going to let this dry a little bit. With any foundation, I always let it dry and then I'm going to go in with the second layer. I don't recommend ever to do wet foundation and wet foundation because that's when the cakiness comes in. So you got to let 1 layer dry and then go in with the second layer if you're going to build it. Do not like just pile on because then you're going to look cakey. And just to kind of like make everything go into my skin, I'm just going to go in with the Beauty Blender And I'm also going to press the foundation into my skin. Just with one layer, I feel like my skin is still breathing. It does not feel heavy. It feels really, really light. And it does feel like a medium coverage foundation, but with the full coverage. Like, that's how I feel. I feel like my face is fully covered. It has like that medium coverage wear. So I currently really like it. I do feel like it's a little orange. The foundation is on the orange side, and this is, I think this is a neutral. I bought the neutral. I think the 350 is supposed to be like a neutral undertone, but right now I'm getting a very orange undertone, so that's my only thing. Like, I don't like to look orange because I like to wear bronzer, so neutral has to be neutral for me, because I can go warm and I can go, you know, I can go warm, but when I go warm it's too orange, so I always like to just do neutral. Looks like this is dried, so we're gonna go in with layer number 2. And I'm just gonna stamp layer number 2 in. I'm not really gonna drag a lot, because I feel like when you don't want to wipe off what you already have on. Okay, dang, that looks like flawless now. Do you see? This is one shade, one layer, and then this is 2 layers. So this looks like flawless. And this looks like, I mean, skin. But I'm looking like an Oompa Loompa now because it's really orange. Okay. So that's a layer number 2. It looks very okay. So I think the orange calmed down a little bit. I think the color calms down, like right out the bottle it looks like really orangey, and then when it goes onto my skin and warms up with my skin, the color of orange just tones down. I'm gonna try to take this down a little bit more. So coverage number 2, layer number 2, my skin still feels very breathable. It does not feel heavy at all with layer number 2. Its coverage is flawless. Like, this is beyond full coverage. My skin still looks amazing. My pores look so tiny right now. So it definitely did a very filter vibe. I feel like I have Facetune on my face right now. So you guys, I do like the second layer. I just feel like the orange is going on still. I think I just need a different shade. I think I need one more shade lower because this does seem a little too dark for my skin tone. 12:22. And I'm going to test out my foundation probably till 8 o'clock in vlog style. And I'm going to do it on my iPhone so you guys can see like everything. You know, when you do stuff on iPhone, you can see like every single flaw. So, yeah, I'll be back with that vlogs. Okay, guys, so it's like 4 p.m. Okay, like, I wanted to make it so realistic so I didn't go reapply lipstick. You know, I've had lunch and I've eaten and I've been in the sun. I was in the sun for from about like 2 to 3 for about an hour. And I mean, the Fenty Beauty has stood up pretty well. I mean, I do notice this is a little dry patch that I have, and this dry patch is starting to kind of gunk up. It's starting to gunk up and kind of, you know, separate right here. But this problem area, it's with any foundation that I use. So I have yet to find any foundation that is like gonna not break up right there. But other than that, having 2 layers of foundation on, my skin is still looking really nice. Okay, now with the shine, I do feel like it does get a little oily in this area, and I'm oily on my forehead, and I do feel like it started to seep into like the fine lines of my foundation on my forehead. And it just could be like the fact that I have 2 layers on. That could be the reason why. Maybe this foundation is meant to be only worn with 1 layer, so that could be like one of the reasons. I mean, but highlight though, my highlight is on fleek. This is not the Fenty Beauty highlight. This is actually the Becca highlighter, the new lilac geodyed something that they came out with. So yeah, it's 4 o'clock. I'm gonna come back in and check again at 8 and see how it goes. Okay guys, so it's 8:42, so it's about an extra 4 hours. I've had this foundation on for about 9 to 8 hours, 8 to 9 hours. Okay, so now that I look in my bathroom light, I do notice a little bit of like patchiness and a little bit of fade away. So definitely it's starting to fade away. It's starting to go into like my fine lines. And it's just basically after 8 hours, the foundation starts to kind of diminish and disappear. So at 8 hours, it's starting to kind of like wear off and look like yesterday's foundation. So this is really close up, you guys, I'm sorry. So I'm going to do an outro and give you my full opinions as soon as I get back home. I'm gonna go get some dinner, get back home, and give you my full opinions on this, tell you if Fenty is worth it or not worth it, and what other foundations might be better. Okay, so this is my final input on the Fenty Beauty foundation that I have. So I have had this on for about 12 hours. I put it on at 12. It's about to be 12. So, I mean, for 12 hours, it still looks really good. It just started to fade in this area. So I basically just have skin right here. It got a little spotty right here. You can see that. It got a little spotty. That could just be my moisturizer interacting with it or something. I'm not sure. I didn't get any like real cracks right here that I usually get from foundation. I did get extremely oily in this area, so it definitely was not the greatest with oil control, and my forehead got really oily and the foundation did seep into my fine lines. Now I do think the reason why the foundation seeped into my fine lines was because I put on 2 layers because I wanted to see if the buildable coverage claim to full coverage claim was true or not. In my opinion, that claim is not true. The Fenty Beauty foundation is definitely a medium coverage foundation. It's something you would wear every day and you can have a flawless finish with an everyday wear. I definitely think if you have dry skin, the Fenty Beauty foundation is good for you, but you are going to want to be very careful with what type of setting powder you want to use or what type of powder you set your foundation with. If you're one to set your foundation, I am, so I found like if I set anything, it kind of did crack. So Fenty Beauty is a perfect foundation on its own by itself. I didn't have any patchiness happening, so the foundation did dry really fast, so I was able to put on powder and bronzer very quickly. I thought that was amazing. So my verdict on this foundation is that it is definitely approved by me. I definitely think this foundation is worth the buy. It's worth its money. The only thing is I don't like the hype of color range because yes, they did make a very extensive color range, but I don't think they got the skin tones 100% correct. I have the hardest time finding foundations for my skin tone, so I did not feel like this color was exactly to my skin tone. I will try the foundation that's underneath 350. I'll try the one below it, see if maybe that one's a better match, and I will fill you guys in on what I think about that one. But as of right now, I do think Fenty Beauty foundation is a go. It's great for people with any type of skin. They made that claim that this foundation is great for any type of skin, and I do think it's great for any type of skin. You just need to tweak the foundation to your skin type. So if you have oily skin, you're definitely going to want to powder the foundation really, really well. And if you have like dry skin, you're going to want to be careful on how much you set your powder, because this will crack if you put too much setting powder on it and you have dry skin, in my opinion. To end this, it's Rena approved. Get yourself some Fenty Beauty. Try it out. If you don't like it, you know the store's got a great, Sephora has a great return policy. So try that foundation. Don't like it, return it. Not a big deal. So this is the end of my review. I will see you guys in my next video on foundation review. I'm really into foundation right now, so I'll be doing a lot of foundation testing. Like, I really love testing out foundation because I struggle with foundation. So I feel like because I struggle so much with foundation, I tend to buy a lot of foundation because I'm constantly on the search. So I feel like I can give you guys really good reviews on foundation because I'm always on the search for the best foundation because I want to look flawless. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Love you so much. Thank you for all your support you guys have been giving me lately. It's highly appreciated. Mwah, mwah. Follow me on Instagram at Glambyruna and follow me on Snapchat. It's at Glambyruna. And subscribe, comment, like, etc. You guys know the deal. Bye.